Hi everyone, so back doing another weekly summary. So this week it was Monday, 2nd for February. Right, again, starting off on Forex Factory. So this week is an interesting week. We had government shutdown, obviously. So what I did initially beforehand was I back tested a previous government shutdown, and that gave me some data where I would be a bit more confident going into the week. So initially on Monday we had ISM, which doesn't really cause me any concerns. However, on the hourly time frame, if I show you marking up highs, right? So market open. Obviously, we had previous days New York PM as well as lunchtime highs. Right, if I drag that out further, there we are. Right, obviously, inverse fair value gap here as well. So my trade was right here. Right, 1 to 2. However, news whipped me out and then we continued going up higher. Now, looking back at it, was this a bad trade? I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I mean, we did inverse the fair value gap. We did create another fair value gap on top of it to keep going down lower. Maybe should have waited until after news, but again, it is what it is, to be honest with you. We were probably gunning for these highs here, as we can see. Right, I mean, the next entry I would have possibly considered was over here. Right, but again, I'm pretty sure this does also hit stop loss. Right, 1 to 2 would be, yeah, right there, so it does hit stop loss. The only way I think of being able to win this one is literally like that, and then 1 to 2 would, so you'd need to have it like that, roughly. But yeah, Monday, lost it, is what it is. Now, Tuesday, I didn't trade because Tuesday was pretty much a guaranteed loss, so I didn't bother touching Tuesday at all. I mean, I'm glad I didn't because I'm pretty sure I would have ended up longing this, and this would have been a bad trade. Right, so I'm glad, obviously, Tuesday I didn't take anything. And then Wednesday was a winning trade for me. So if we scroll over, right, Wednesday, right, we obviously took out previous days. Is that previous day low? I think so. Yeah, it looks like it. Right, we took it out. Obviously, we have this here, this inversion. So my entry was right here, 1 to 2, pretty quick, in and out. I think this is probably going to be the way I'm going to be trading moving forward, where it is literally just a V shape, where it is literally, where's the brush tool? Where it is literally just bang, bang. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally just like that, where you'll have the inverse happening literally on the next candle, and you'll see what I mean later on. Right, and then moving on to Thursday. Actually, no, this is another good example, right? Because you can, with this sort of trading, you can get multiple trades in a session. So where are we? We invest this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then I believe on the 15 minute. Where's Wednesday? Over here we have that. So we don't quite reach it. However, we do have an inversion here. So again, that is something you could potentially take. Right, we do have this order block here, which we do trade past to fill it completely. Right, so that is another potential area where you could take a trade. Right, 1 to 2 gets hit pretty quickly. Right, I only took this first initial one here. Right, now moving over to Thursday. This is where stuff was getting a bit more interesting for me. So if I put this back to an hour. Cool. So obviously, fair value gap. Now, problem here is I didn't really see any setups up here, like at all. So I'm pretty sure I ended up longing, I think. Yeah. So we took out, obviously, lows here. And then I believe this was the fair value gap. Yeah. Come on. There we are. I ended up longing 1 to 2. Right, obviously got stopped out, and then we do go up higher. However, I think on the 3 minute, I'm pretty sure. No, this is Friday. On the 3 minute, yeah, there we are. We do have this, and this is slightly cleaner. So I think moving forward, I will be looking at higher time frames. Oops. Because we do have a pretty obvious fair value gap. We are going to react from it. So a 1 to 2 in this instance on the 3 minute would have hit. Right there. So I will definitely be adjusting my rules ever so slightly to make sure I cover all grounds on every time frame, from the 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 5. Right. Then, oops. Then on Friday, right, nothing too crazy. I mean, the last couple of days weren't too bad either. So, Friday. We are over here, so if I do that there. So, as we can see, if I quickly turn off sessions indicator, there we are. Right, we have that high there, this high here. If we drag this further, we then also have this high here. Right, and I ended up shorting that here, this one here. Right, obviously got stopped out. Right, however, looking back at it now, we had, if I highlight this candle here, that one there. Right, and that obviously attempted it. That was a fat candle down, but in reality, I should have taken this one here, where it's just a V, and then that there, and then 1 to 2. So I think moving forward, I've just got to look at bigger time frames, as well as waiting for clean V's, like literally in, out pretty much, right, up and down, right, because not only that, I believe, yeah, fair value gap here as well, right, and then this is, we do, I believe this is, yeah, 75% of the range, so it's in premium, right, it's in the perfect position to sell. So I mean, it is what it is, right, can't really do too much about that. Then I'm pretty sure you do have another place to long, I think, yes. So order block here. Now I do use extreme order blocks, etc, etc, so some people would have highlighted all of that. For me, it's the most extreme. Right, then we also have this one here, that there, entry, stop, and 1 to 2 gets hit. Alright, so you can literally also order block to order block trade this, right? So as soon as you hit another order block, you know, okay, we're gonna reverse suit, right? Even just 50%, I mean, 50% stop loss slightly outside of the order block, and off it goes, right? But yeah, I mean, I took this first initial trade here, unfortunately, well, the one over here, unfortunately that stopped me out, so I think for the week I'm down a bit. Yeah. So only down 1R, right? I will be hopefully passing this account soon. I mean, I'm technically, what, 2 trades away from passing? So hopefully next week. I mean, as you see here, I was very close to passing, but it is what it is. Hopefully, yeah. Tomorrow, I think it is. Yeah, tomorrow we've got Monday. So, will be a fun one. What does the news look like? No news Monday. Yeah, that looks alright. Obviously, NFP on Wednesday. Won't be touching that. But yeah, that's been my weekly summary. Hopefully I can pass next week. I think I'm at the stage now where I'm just refining stuff as I move forward. I can see why stuff fails, right? Had a more obvious high inside of a fair value gap, right? Can even refine it further, right? Banging 50%. So yeah, stuff like that now, where it's just the little stuff I've got to iron out, I think. But yeah, it's been a good one. See you next week.